What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, all you beautiful people. You live with Name Stream, Never Mainstream. And I'm in the car. And you are now tuned in to a blunt pod. Roll intro.
Wait, hold up, wait, where you going? Humans on my past and just look at where I'm going.
I'm driving, and I said, you know what? Somebody was talking to me, and I got a shameless plug. I was talking to somebody, so I didn't get the idea for myself. I'm always crediting others because shit, man. Give credit where credit is due, man. Y'all can't take all this shit. So the shit that's on my mind today, we're gonna talk about it all, man. We're gonna talk about dope dealing in the name of God. What? In the name of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about why is it that I get paid to do what people hated on? I get paid to be a visual deterrent, make sure people don't steal shit. Be a scary looking motherfucker. I get paid to do that shit now. I wasn't even trying to do that shit on purpose. I don't know, man. Life is interesting. I guess I'm just talking to the world. It's just interesting, like, it's interesting watching how people respond to you. It's interesting watching how people engage with you. It's interesting when I engage with the world. Everything is very interesting. I'm interested in life. I'm truly interested in life. I'm today on my mind. We're gonna do something. We're gonna roll up while we're driving in pure South Florida, 954 Broward County, Dade County, all Florida style. We're gonna roll up some weed while we're driving, and we're gonna spark it up. And I need to wait a little bit in these videos and take pauses because, you know, YouTube and community guidelines and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da- So it's like, it's just interesting, bro. It's interesting because psychology is a very interesting thing. I think it's so interesting that, like, I don't know, it's just our psychology. It's just interesting. It's crazy that I could put on a collar shirt and then people will say, oh, he's not in the wrong place, he's doing security. It's funny because I could take that same shirt off and they could be, what you talking about, Willis? What the fuck you doing? What the fuck you doing over there, boy? You know? That shit is just funny to me. I don't know. And it's just funny, like, as I look at the world, you know, you look at perception, right? And I used to think, I just used to run around and I need to smoke this weed because, you know, I don't need to, but it just get my mind right and stuff because I'm just like detoxing as I'm coming off the job. I'm just leaving the job detail. On the road, coming back on West Florida, Osprey, Venice area, coming down through there, Port Charlotte. I'm on 75 now, and I'm just, it's just so much stuff I observe, and it's just like, I guess the only thing that's different, let me just get into the nitty gritty because I'm beating around the bush. I think it's so weird how we, you know, somebody told me, bless this person, they say it's called the law of assumption. But like, we assume because we see a guy in work clothes that that's what he's doing, or we see a work truck, or that. And I don't think anything's wrong with that, but there are a lot of things that we throw together that is like, it's just so easy to be played on. And I realize deep down, after you get to the nitty gritty, people don't give a fuck. People really don't give a, even though people be nosy as shit and they trying to figure out what the fuck you got going on. You at your job, they aggravating the fuck out of you, trying to figure out what you talking about in your personal time, trying to figure you out, and you like, I'm not even trying to hide anything. They don't even give a fuck.
Bruh.
And I realized we just go with the flow. Like, you know, you profile people and you do it and you do this basic. And most people, I've grown to learn, are okay with that. They want to, and nothing's wrong with that. I think the world requires all different types of people. Deep ass motherfuckers like me to go to the Mariana Trench, and people that's like, bro, I'm not leaving the fucking sand. We not talking about all that deep shit. I fuck with it. Everybody makes the world go round. I say that to say, it's an interesting world. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of stuff to like get off my mind. Life is lifing. You know, there's the same things you get stressed about. It's like the same cycle of things that happen in life. There's family drama and or loved ones, people that you care about, and there's things that go on with them, whether it's health, whether it's financials, whether it's just their personal life and things that you know going on with them that you feel some type of way about. You got your own personal financial problems, social problems, and relationships, familial relationships, intimate relationships, friendships, work, professional drama, etc. And then you got kids and or dependents, people that depend on you, and the same thing, financial drama and health and emotional and relationships, and that's it. It's like an ever-going circle. And I don't feel like I got the hang of it, because I truly believe life, I'm learning, is this beautiful onion that unfolds layer by layer, and you get more of it and you never truly figure it out. And if you feel like you figured it out, that's when you're dead, because you're not learning anything. But I'm at a place now where, like, I guess I'm not shocked in the good or bad of life. God is amazing. Good things, and there can be some very tumultuous situations you go through as well. And that could be God trying to show you something else and teach it to you a way that you may be more equipped to understand it. I don't know. I'm seeing the cycle. I guess I'm picking up on it. Like, okay, there's these problems. I'm talking to you now, live, at this moment. My money is not where my money a little funny. My change a little strange, but it's not. My mindset in the right place. This is the thing. I had to realize this a while ago. If you're doing your best, you're doing all the work you could do. So you got to do your best. You got to do it. You know, people say your best ain't good enough. Yeah, but that's all you got. If you've exhausted yourself and you've done your best in every area, and only you truly know that. But if you've done your best in every area, you working as much as you can. Let's say it's a financial situation. You working your butt off. You're trying to get more. You're trying to do this and that. You're trying to spend less. You got to learn to spend less as you make more as well. If you want to have, that larger middle gap of profit growing. And it's like, that's all you can do. After that, fuck it. You did all you could do. Now let go and let God. It's not saying, fuck it, I don't care. It's like, I care. That's why I did 100%. And there's 100% full progress. I don't have anything left. When you give all yourself into a workout, when you give that last rep and you know you gave it all, you don't have enough left to get yourself up, to relax, to breathe right, to do. That's what giving your all feels like, and there's nothing wrong with that, And I know that I'm speaking to people that feel a very similar, if not the same way, because they're people who are looking for giving their all, giving their best, and they want to see the fruits of their labor, and they don't want God to pull it back and not give His best fruits, So it's just about doing your best. Like I say, I'm kind of just coming off of. So I say that to say everything is cool. It's a time where that's my thing right now. It's like the finances trying to get me a little bit because things are coming up. More things need to be paid for. Work is slowing, and all these things are coming. And people want to go out, and life wants to life, and you want to have. Guess what? Good. We gonna be all right. Everything that need to be taken care of gonna get taken care of. That's it. We gonna eat, We're going to live. We're going to smile. We're going to laugh. We're going to be fulfilled. That's all it is. It ain't shit to worry about. On another note, I'm just realizing, like I say, when I talk about people's perception and da-da-da-da, I don't know, the world as I'm getting older seems smaller and bigger. I don't know how to explain that. But that's a good thing to start pulling my grapple leaf down and start getting ready to roll this blunt. I'm in a good position. You know, when you live in Florida or anywhere and you're a road warrior, you know, road runner, as they say, you gotta know when and where and how to do what you do. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not about being lucky and not getting called and all that. You got shit to do with luck. It's God. It's God. Anybody who done been around this, been in some situations, they know ain't no explanation but God. Anybody who done been in a shootout, they ain't gonna say nothing about no, oh, well, you know, the hollow point switching in the Glock, you know, when it's running at a 38-degree angle, it's really not gonna, it was God, bitch. It's God. God is good all the time. Thank you for adding that, you know who. So, yeah, man, it's like, the world is smaller and bigger. A lot of the things I thought I knew, I do know. And a lot of the things that I don't want to know about what I do know is what I know. I don't know if that makes sense. What I mean is, like, a lot of the shit you learn from a kid that you want to be different, that you hope wasn't really like that and stuff like, it's really like that. And as you get older and it settles in, sometimes it's like, it can be very disheartening. For me, it is very disheartening. When I learned about this situation, I learned a lot of this shit when I was young. A lot of it. The ways of the world and what it's like growing up in the hood and just incarceration and little to no options for men in general from any background, depending on where you came from and depending on what options you know of. Not that there's little to no options, but if you come from a place where you don't know of no options, then yeah, it ain't no options. If you come out, hey. We giving these people a word. Don't be trying to, is it still recording? Yeah, don't be trying to kill my mojo. 12 minutes in. That's all right. I'm coming back to y'all. Just give me a minute. But yeah, man, so it just requires, I believe, you know, I'm seeing a lot of the ways of the world. And then there's a lot of things you realize you don't know. It's a lot of beauty and there's a lot of other places that you're like, wow, I had no idea this was here because I've never been here before. But then there are places that you've been, like, I hate to say it, but it's like, y'all know what I mean? Ain't shit in the fucking hood, bro. Ain't shit in, it's a lot of things in the hood, but in the ways that what we grow up learning, what kids learning how to rob and all that, bro, you done seen it all by fucking 17, 16, 17 years old, depending on how aware you were in the streets. I'm convinced even the most homebody type nigga from the real trenches from the hood, by 20 years old, they done seen every fucking thing there is to see. I'm convinced. If you really from that shit and done lived there, by 20 years, you can get dropped off in any ghetto from here to Timbuktu and you will be fine. And the truth is, that's why when you see people, they don't fucking leave it. The truth is, you see people who from Southside Chicago move to Liberty City or vice versa. You see people who from the Bronx and the trenches over there, and I'm not saying everybody, some people get up out of that shit and they say, bro, I ain't never going back. Kudos to you for being convicted. Ain't nothing wrong with the hood. Ain't nothing wrong with, I'm not saying don't go back, leave the people. And no. What I'm saying is, it's almost like a symphony. The ingredients that are put into these environments, the orchestra and the strings is being played, the notes is being played, it's set up for your demise. And we all know this, and we sit around and talk about it on porch stoops. So if you ever have the opportunity to get out of a Squid Game situation, you fucking leave it. Yes, you fucking right. Because there ain't shit here but Squid Games. Anybody who really from this shit know that it ain't shit here. I'm saying all this to my young brothers, whoever sees this now. Somebody might find this YouTube video in 10, 12 years, maybe not. But I say this to motivate, bro. I say this hopefully to motivate, other young men. Right. I'm used to stuff trying to stop the flow. If you're trying to get far in life, get used to resistance. Get used to failure. Young man, young woman, get used to a motherfucker telling you no. And matter of fact, start laughing that that's the worst they could say. The worst a motherfucker could tell you is no. Get in a position where you ain't gotta ask nobody. And while you in the position where you gotta ask, be honorable, be commendable, have integrity, be somebody of your word. Work hard so you can get to the point where you ain't gotta ask. Somebody can't tell you yes or no. You can tell yourself yes or no. This is for my future boys and girls. This is for the people now. This is for the ones older than me looking for the mustard seed or looking for the light in me. Whoever is looking for it. I'm not hiding the light. It's our job to shine. When you get the light, shine it. Don't be over here. That's not the light. When you get it and you find out how to make money and let me find. Yeah, you can sell shit. I'm not saying nothing with that, but if somebody's looking for something and you know where it's at and you stay quiet because you don't want to help them find it, that's not of God. That's not of God. If you're trying to go the same place I'm going, it has nothing to do with my journey if you get there faster than me or not. Bro, the way is that way. That's where I'm going too. Yeah, if you beat me there, bro, let me know how it looks. Let me know what it was like. My journey is my journey. Get used to resistance. Get used to failure. People who are successful fail more than people who are unsuccessful. You want to be successful? Fucking fail. Try and try again. And then guess what? The worst that can happen is you fucking fail. That's the worst that can happen. It didn't work. I tried it, it didn't work. You see how powerful that shit is? The most bold and gangster thing I could do is be open and honest with y'all on these platforms where y'all see me having 10 and 20 and 3 views. And I still keep going. And if you're listening to this right now, it ain't nothing special about me that make me keep going and do this other than a will to thrive, a will, hope, the little light at the end of the tunnel I see in my own head. I don't care if nobody else don't see it. I'm in this car alone, and I cannot stress and express that to people so much because I remember I used to care. I care so much. Let me make sure it's still recording because I'm going in. Yeah, I care so much. But the truth is, you have to learn what you care about. I didn't take my care from nobody. I care about all this important shit I tell you. What I don't care about is the petty shit of if somebody's saying, well, why is he talking? He doesn't have enough money yet. Or why? Because I thought of me saying that. Why would I say that to somebody? He has a story. He has something he believes in. He has a phone. That's enough. Well, why is he trying to do music? Well, he fucking likes music and he's not afraid to share it with the world. Whether he can sing or dance or do any of it, he likes it. And so I started looking at this stuff and I said, what do I care about? I care about the things that I care about. And I stopped putting energy in, you know what, I wonder if people are going to look at me like this, or do I look kind of homeless the way am I scared about, what if people think I'm crazy because the way I talk? I really don't care about that shit no more. I don't care about that stuff. I care about my desires. I care about what I want out of life. I care about what I got going on. My mission, my focus, what things I need to be doing. And then I really don't have time, and I really kick them thoughts in my head when I hear my brain say, well, how do you look like? Jared, what the fuck is you thinking? How you look? I almost say, you heard me. Like, man, you ain't supposed to be worried about how you looking doing guys' work. You ain't no woman. You out here doing guys' work. What if people are judging me? Okay, what if people judge you because you 6'6"? What if people judge y'all because you wear glasses? What if people are not judging you by the shit that you think they're judging you? For me, it was always skin color. I thought people were judging me by skin color and stature. Big, black, this big fucking nigga. God damn it, this big nigga walking around in the dreads. And you know, these are things that ingrained. My dad told me when I was little, he said, look, you already got 2 strikes against you, son. You black, that's strike 1. And you big, that's strike 2. When I got older, he told me, when I was about 20, he said, you got the hair now, that's strike 3. So you really hot. And he ain't never fucking lied, because everywhere I go, motherfuckers either think I already did a whole bunch of time in prison, they think they trying to catch me and send me off to prison, or they think, you know, I gotta be something to do with that. I gotta be already like, you know, and that's a lot of the perception. So is it true? It can be if I live in that reality. The same thing can also be true if I say, man, when people see me, they don't see a big, scary black guy. They see a fun-loving, Rasta, you know, native, like, you know, hippie type dude who loves smoking weed and is passionate about people. And when I live in that world, all of these same people, sheriffs and white people and old white ladies and Hispanics and anything you can think of, they talk to me like I'm that. You can really create what you live in, and it's all a mental test. It's all you testing yourself. I say that I'm just talking to y'all young brothers and young sisters. Don't think that people are looking at you because you're black or you're white or you're green or you're red or you're yellow or whatever the fuck, or because your hair is this. People could be discriminating against you because you had a mom. People could discriminate against you because you have a fucking job. So who gives a fuck? That's the point. People could be mad at you because you washed your clothes, because you got clean clothes, because your hair is not like their hair, because you can read and they don't know how to read, they dyslexic. And I just realized you don't know what the fuck people are mad about. And honestly, it takes too much fucking energy out of you to try to worry about it. To try to wake up and say, let me make sure my hair, look, these are the curls that come out of my hair. You see that? You see how they look? I'll maybe get them done once a year or something like, but that's how my hair grows. If you think it's nappy, it is by definition, technically. But I like it, and it's me. And if you don't like it, that's your right. I don't really like mint ice cream or bubblegum flavor ice cream. I don't. It's okay. It's all right. I don't really care for certain type of colors on cars. Other people like them. It's all right. It's okay. I don't like the hairstyle some people wear on their heads. It's not my hair. It's other people. So, boys and girls, I ain't even get a chance to roll up my blunt because I'm just in the zone. And it ain't been bumper to bumper, but I'm used to 75 being a little tad bit more open than this, and I'm kind of talking to y'all. I'm inspired. Part of me want to cut it short. Maybe I'll just roll this up real quick on the blunt, and then I'll call it a day, and I might just take a puff. Maybe that's what we'll do. I'll try to roll this up, take a puff, and we'll probably just end it after I take a nice little toke, which is different than the other blunts where I'm actually smoking with you. I don't know if you guys smoke, but it's always cool. I think these are good if you ever tune in and you smoking and you kind of like just, like this kind of like that Joe Rogan type shit, except down to like earth. I don't know. Hit me up in the comments too. if you want to be on a blunt session. I like having guests, but I also don't. I have a lot of exciting conversations with people, but I don't. You know, I'm a real person, and I don't like to just make people think I'm using their conversations for content. So I don't use a lot of the conversations I have on a daily basis or semi-daily basis. So if you are open to, you know, doing a blunt pod, you know, maybe you have a topic or maybe you have something you're interested in, feel free to leave it in the comments. Maybe we can do like a community thing. Maybe other people are interested. Maybe we can have, you know, more than one person on. But that's it. I just want to be a light, man. I just want to continue to be a light and shine a light, because I know how hard it is when you're walking through darkness and you're looking for light. And it's not easy. So get used to the resistance. Get used to failure. Get used to the law of assumptions and people just assuming you are something. And I think that's the hardest thing to push back on a lot of times, is people's assumptions is one thing, but sometimes it's so pervasive. That's why it's good to be yourself. Because sometimes people's assumptions are so pervasive that they end up affecting your self-esteem. And I know people are probably dealing with that, so I'll kind of get on that subject and bring that one home. But sometimes people are just... I don't think people are extremely impressionable, but I think there's a certain amount of time. Like if the whole world is telling you, let's use an easy example. For me, it's easy example. But let's say like an old white lady. If the whole world is telling this old white lady she's weak and, you know, frail and small, and everybody's like, let me get the door for you and let me get this. It may be very hard for her to remember that she in herself, in her prime, was a bodybuilder. Or she used to be a swimsuit model, and she was actually known for her muscle mass compared to other women. If she's constantly hearing that when people are seeing her, when the world is talking about her, when the news is this kind, like, it's so many things that it does make it, I'm sure, difficult maybe to some degree for her self-esteem to say, I'm strong and I'm capable. The same way I used to tell myself, you know, people laugh about weed, but like weed in a lot of places still is very much illegal. And it was looked at as just as illegal as riding around with anything else in your car. And that was how a lot of people got locked up, just for having some weed. Like, that's a drug. You smoke weed. That's some weed, boy. What the fuck you got going on? It's beautiful that I can talk about it so lighthearted, and that I can say when I drive around and go to South Florida and all these different types of areas, it doesn't seem like anybody's concerned about it anymore. That's a good thing. But I have to pay homage to the fact that it hasn't always been like this. And when it wasn't like this, I used to sell weed. And when I did sell weed, it was like I used to tell myself every single day, you're not a bad person. I'm a good person, because I would see, you know, let's say maybe they did a news story on, you know, marijuana grow houses and, you know, or such and such, and bringing contraband and all this type of stuff. And you start thinking like, even though all you see is college kids all day and you over here smoking weed and talking about health and wellness and the therapeutic benefits and trying to go to school for it, and you was trying to have your friends and all this type of shit, you're like, well, I know I'm a quote-unquote weed dealer, or however you want to say it, and so you feeling like I'm a bad guy. The world ain't gonna look at me and they know that I'm just trying to be this type of fun-loving person. They gonna see this other shit. I take the same, I'm from the gutter, so I like to take extreme examples. To most people, they're extreme. Weed is a little bit more easy to palate because I'm an easy digestible nigga, but I done hung around the trap. The same niggas who sell fentanyl, the same niggas who sell crack, same niggas who sell, who just sell, whatever you want to say that's bad. You feel me? Niggas who sell bath salts and shit. At the same time, I can't be up against them because a lot of them is selling to their fucking aunt or their uncle or a nigga they grew up on the block with. And that nigga is taking that shit and was gonna been taking it before them. And so for them, they're trying to tell themselves, I'm not a bad person. I sell Fent to my auntie who been on dope ever since I was a baby, and now at least I get to manage the money right because she don't take care of her kids, and now I get to make the dope money off of her, and I buy her kids, you know, I pay for their school tuition, or I take care, make sure they get school lunches, or whatever the case may be. I can't really look down on that person. That's their shoes, that's their situation. Somebody may have been born into a business where they got a real estate business and they daddy sold real estate and now they about to sell it. Somebody might have been born into a business where they daddy sold dope and now they about to sell it. Is there something inherently wrong? I mean, I don't know. I don't see dope dealing the same as I see like human trafficking. You know what I'm saying? And when I say human trafficking, I mean sex trafficking. I don't mean people trying to, you know, for immigration and freedom, all that. I mean, we are trying to fuck these little girls or little boys or whatever the fuck, you know, that heinous shit is. But whatever that child sex trafficking is that I don't condone, that type of stuff, to me, I see a hard moral line. I don't see a hard moral line with people who've been taking heroin for 10 years and you about to sell them some more heroin. I don't know how it's right to lock up niggas in a trap that you know the trap gonna be open tonight because that was just who was there working at the time, and you know it's about to be some more people. I don't. To me, we just playing a game. It's just one big game, and I feel like that's how it's been for a while. Like when you see this shit, and I feel like the more you know about it, that shit is a game, and that's why I say the world gets bigger and smaller. A lot of this small shit is just like it's true. You could probably sell as much dope as you want if you're a white man, middle-aged, gray hair, and drive a certain type of car. You know, it's like you think about these certain things in that light. It's like, okay, well, if this shit is so cookie cutter, if black men is gonna get pulled over and profiled for everything, y'all need to have the black people doing some other shit. Okay, and if the white guy, it's like, it's just too easy. And people, I'm sure, play on it and they utilize that. But I don't know. I say all these things because I'm just growing up. I'm learning, and I just want to tell y'all, don't stop. I'm not stopping. I don't want y'all to stop. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I don't remember the last thing I was saying. I wish somebody was here to remind me, but y'all keep going, man. Oh yeah, but even if somebody who sell dope or somebody who, any of that stuff, any of that. When I think about it, you know, you can have somebody, you can't judge these people. It's not our job to judge, first of all. And second of all, you just can't judge, bro. So that's why I don't really judge people, because I don't see a hard line of somebody doing any of this stuff I'm saying. So again, it's very difficult, but it can be done to look past what the world is trying to label you or put you in a box of. And you have to. It is actually imperative that you fight against the box, because you're not a box. You're not ever before seen. Yes, you're unique. That don't mean you got to go out and make yourself different. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm conservative and liberal in a lot of areas, but it's like, that don't mean you got to go out and try to make yourself different. You are different. Just be yourself. Talk about your interests. Talk about the things you're naturally inclined to and what you really want to see for yourself without fear of judgment, because the only fear you're going to have at the end of your life is why the fuck you didn't. Now you don't have no more time to do all the shit that you really wanted to do. Oh, I took care of business, but deep down, I really wanted to. It's like, well, you're going to die. So you better get deep down right now. Like, deep down you want to do X, Y, Z, then just do it. That's what I'm going to leave it on. All light and love to y'all. I wish y'all the best. I send y'all the best.
You can't get this fresh if you weren't stankin'. I be in the yo with the fucking gangsters. I had 10 toes right on top of the pavement. Talking down to me, he'll be a layman. Feel a nigga house, nigga, you better pay him. I be stepping to the beat, especially when I'm way high. I be stepping to the beat, especially way impatient. I be happy I ain't have to say I didn't make it. Put 3 grams in my blunt, these ain't drugs now. I'm liable to wanna smoke and cop a whole pound. Already know they wanna fuck, we got some hoes round. Bustin' shit way down in